Hi Taurus, welcome to Bella Luna. I'll be doing your reading for today. So these are spiritual slash storytime readings. They're general. They may or may not resonate, but fingers crossed this one does. They're timeless, so whenever you stumble upon it, I feel that is just when you were meant to watch it. And lastly, the duration of the readings for me are predominantly about a week. So without further ado, let's see what we can get for Taurus. Right at the core of their reading. Elk. Okay, obviously this is an amazing card for a Taurian to get because it's one of those cards that I do associate with Taurus. You can see from the imagery, the elk, it's the father, it's the provider. This is the person you can count on, right? There's a really famous quote, and it's, "Be the person everyone looks to at your parents' funeral." And I know how harsh and sort of frightening that might sound, but it really is true, right? When there is a tragedy in life, there are certain people who just can carry the family, right? I don't know if you've seen it in your life or in other people's lives. I know I definitely have. It's almost as if the universe calls upon that person, to stand up, to level up, and it gives them a bunch of responsibility that, it's overwhelming. So I think this week, just with the message that's coming through, people are really looking to you, Taurus. You are sort of the one everyone's turning to for advice, wisdom, support, fill in the blank, right? You are just the heavy hitter this week, Uh, Additionally, just because, the card has the imagery, there's the imagery of the sun, and it's like on fire, and your antlers are on fire, right? So I don't know what's happened this week, Taurus, but something has sort of, you know, um, I think triggered you to level up, right? Or a certain obstacle has been placed that has sort of really almost sparked you into action, right? So I wonder what this could be. Let's see where you're coming from in a past situation. Okay, Stingray, great. So in the past, I sense that you were very in alignment, going with the flow. You were in your own groove. Um, Something I've noticed about Taurians and something astrologers have also told me about Taurians is once you guys get going on something, the momentum that you have in the beginning, it really helps you power through. There's someone I know, one of my best friends, her mother's a Taurus. Hi, if she ever sees this, I love her. And she goes on hikes a lot, right? And she climbs these beautiful, amazing mountains. And she's a Taurus, and I just think that's so Taurian. You guys can really just power through. You just keep going. There's this relentlessness that makes you guys so strong and resilient. Taurians are very resilient. So I think in the past, you were just doing good, Taurus. You kind of found your flow. So I think what happened this week is something almost knocked you out of it or tried to knock you out of it. And now you're sort of reasserting yourself almost, or it's almost like a regrounding. Whatever knocked you off your alignment, you're hopping back on, you're getting back on track. I'm just wondering what it is, because there hasn't been any clear messages about what sort of shook up your world, if you will. So let's see where you're heading in the future. Okay. Buffalo! Okay, yes, this is another card I actually associate with Taurus. So this one, it sort of reminds me of head towards heaven, heart towards the earth. So as I said, you're almost going through a regrounding. I don't know what shook up your world this week that's sort of, I'm hearing it, it's like all consuming, right? All around the head. So mentally, it's just been on your mind so much. But with Buffalo, it's one of those cards that really signifies having faith. It's like, don't let go of that faith in the universe, faith in God, faith in yourself, whatever faith you like to hold on to, don't let it go. You know, this week, if it is a really hard week, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, keep holding on. Just know that it will get better, right? Very similarly to when we're in a storm. You know, it seems like the storm will never end, the lightning's going off, you can hear the thunder, but you know eventually the rain is going to stop, the storm is going to clear, and things are going to be easier again, right? Um, if anything, I would say almost embrace it, you know? I think this was a reading for Aquarius I did last week, but it was you can either cry in the rain or dance and sing in the rain, right? So I think this is the week you're choosing. Like, despite this, you know, heaviness that has been placed upon you or has fallen into your life, you're still remaining so hopeful, so light, and you know, it's like even in the darkness, you're dancing. Your spirit is still dancing, which is just phenomenal, and it's showing so much grace, which is very Venusian, right? Beauty always, grace always. Every situation can be handled beautifully if we allow it. So let's see where you're coming from subconsciously. Owl! Oh my god. Oh, I love this card for you guys. Let me see if I can bring the camera back a bit. Owl, just, I don't know if you guys can notice, but all of the animals you've gotten this week are very peaceful, very calm, very wise. Um, you know, a lot of parent energy, you know, paternal, maternal, all of that goodness. So I think with the owl, you're just being given a vision by the universe. It's almost like the universe is handing you something on a platter. Um, it does feel like a pearl of wisdom, you know. You've earned this, you've had this transformative experience, and now you're really able to see it, you know, in the palm of your hands. You can really understand it. Taurus, I'm almost just seeing you like hold the energy with you, you know, the energy of the owl subconsciously. You've just been coming from a very wise place, you know? And wisdom takes time. That's something that, you know, it just is true. Wisdom takes time, it takes experience, you know? Um, that's why there really is a saying like respect your elders. And I'm not saying like all elders are like super knowledgeable or whatever, right? I'm sure you've met some people and you're like, you're 65 but you're acting like a child, right? We've all met those kinds of people, but really I'm sensing whoever I'm communicating with, you have this deep wisdom, and subconsciously you've just been operating under it, which is why I think you were in such a beautiful alignment for quite some time, right? Because subconsciously you were just coming from this beautiful well of knowledge and information. So, whatever it is this week, it actually is adding to this wisdom, you know, as turbulent as it might feel, as stressful, as much as you might just be like, oh my God, I really don't need this right now. It is turning into a pearl of wisdom, you know? It's almost like this is the week, you know, with oysters. They have to spit out the sand in order to shine the pearl and really make sure it's smooth, right? So this is almost the week where another pearl of wisdom is being given to you. But first it has to be sort of shined a little bit, right? So consciously, let's see where you're coming from, because I love the owl for the subconscious. I just adore it. So consciously, what's crowning the reading for all the Taurians out there? Camel! Okay, this is amazing. So, as I said, whatever's happened this week, Taurus, there is going to be long-lasting effects, right? The camel card for me is always a signifier of 2 years. So, you know, this is always where I say buckle in for the long haul. This is going to be a 2-year transformative journey. And additionally, with the camel card, you know, camels travel some of the hardest terrains, right? They travel through the desert, and the only thing they carry is the water on their back. So I don't know if you're going to be going on sort of like a soul journey, perhaps, Taurus, this next year. Um, there could be a pilgrimage you really want to do. That's what this card talks about. Additionally, refocusing on your resources and how you're using your resources. So that can be many different things, right? Your energy, your time, your love, your compassion, even work, whatever job you have. All of it contributes to where we're spending and being given back energy. And I think the journey you're about to embark on, it's really going to require you, as I said, camels, they're able to traverse these really hard terrains with just the water on their back. So you're going to be using your own energy. It's like a feedback loop, right? You're giving energy to yourself and energy is coming back. It's beautiful what I'm seeing. And as I said, after this journey is over, you're just contributing to that well of knowledge that you've been cultivating for such a long time. And I think after this transformation is over, you're really going to feel um, truly lighter. Lighter, but also more stable, right? It's that whole thing of freedom and stability. They go hand in hand. So I think I'm going to leave the reading there. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. I hope something resonated. I hope something helped you along your journey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye there.